Hello everyone, my name is Akash Shah and today I would like to present to you on the fast food industry and how it is a fraudulent business. Fast food causes obesity. Over 60% of adults are overweight and obese. Half of this, 30% of these adults, are obese. Over 5% adults have extreme obesity. Kids ages 6 through 19 are 30% overweight or obese, and half of that, 15%, are obese. Obesity is the #1 cause of death. There are several health effects for fast food. High calories, saturated fat, trans fat, sugar, carbs, sodium. A lot of calories, you're going to store a lot of fat. Increase your triglyceride level, leading to obesity, heart attack, and stroke. Saturated fat, trans fat, increase your cholesterol, and later increases to what? Heart disease. Saturated and trans fat, again, it is fat, so it's not going to produce enough insulin, and you're going to get diabetes, leading to kidney, stroke, and blindness. Sugar, spikes in insulin, you're going to get insulin resistance, leptin resistance, leading to diabetes, obesity, and a metabolic syndrome. And the leptin resistance also is a hormone that controls your appetite. So you can just imagine something not working and not controlling your appetite, how that can lead to obesity and what damage that can do to your body. Carbs increase your glycemic levels, increase your blood sugar. Eventually, your liver will stop producing insulin. What does that lead to? Diabetes. If you have too many carbs, you're going to also increase your triglyceride level. Decrease good cholesterol, leading to heart disease. Sodium. Your body responds naturally, similar like it does to heroin, cocaine, and nicotine. It decreases your cognitive function. Increased sodium. Well, you have balanced levels of fluid that tell your kidneys how much water to keep and how much to get rid of. But when you have too much sodium, you reduce the function of your kidneys and increase blood pressure. Soon, this puts strain on your kidneys and you have kidney disease. Excessive excretion of calcium. This leads to bone thinning and osteoporosis. Increase in blood pressure, leading to stroke and heart failure. Even swelling of hands, arms, and legs and feet, leading to edema. Stomach ulcers damage your mucus lining and tissue, which is unhealthy, eventually leading to what? Stomach cancer. Fast food is what? It's unsanitary, unethical employee practices, includes tons and tons and tons of chemicals and preservatives. We're talking fecal bacteria to cockroaches, secondhand tobacco smoke to urinating in food, sources of gas and plastic causing cancer. Next, I would like to discuss my findings on contamination in fast food. Slide 4. Sanitary violations. Dateline NBC had placed hidden cameras, about 1,000 different ones, about 1,000 different restaurants, 100 each for each fast food chain. KFC had 157 violations, McDonald's had 136 violations, Jack in the Box had 164 violations, Wendy's had over 200 violations. Of these violations, 60% of these were critical, meaning hazardous. Unwashed hands, undercooked meat, improper food holding temperatures, and sick employees. In 2002, a McDonald's in Tennessee made 100 people sick. Dehydration, hospitalization, and hallucinating was reported, although McDonald's disputes this. A young kid in KFC had a salmonella infection, and he nearly died. In Chicago at a Wendy's, dead rodent decomposing on a trap in a kitchen. In Texas at a Wendy's, there was a worm in a salad. At a Taco Bell in California, someone bit into a taco and actually bit into chewing gum. In Florida, there was a cup of soda given with blood dripping on the side, and this was at a Hardee's. Cockroaches in sodas, sharp metal objects in sandwiches. The list goes on. In Indiana, there was a Thank Goodness It's Fridays restaurant. There was a human finger laying alongside a hamburger. A kitchen staff member cut off the portion and had ended up on a plate. In Florida at Mossfire Grill, a top 25 restaurant was shut down because there were 300 semi-dry rodent droppings in storage areas as well as dining areas. This led to black mold in the ice machines, crusty material on the slicers, so much. Super China Buffet in Pennsylvania. There was black residue, pink slime in the interior of ice machine bins. Counters not sanitized. Sanitizing chemicals not readily mixed. So much. The food cooler was not cold enough. Chemicals were placed at the same shelf as the food. In Chicago at our Art Zone Cafe, mouse feces was found on top of cookware. Heartland Cafe in Chicago, there were mold dripping into water from the ice machines, and food was being stored at low temperatures. Manchester, UK, there was an active cockroach infestation at Tai Wu Cantonese, as well as in Manhattan, New York, El Barrio, there was a cockroach infestation. In California and San Jose at a Wendy's, there was a 1.5-inch fingertip in a bowl of chili. In Washington at a Jack in the Box in 1993, E. coli outbreak infected and killed 3 children that ate there. Over 450 people fell ill. Undercooked hamburgers exposed to bacteria. There was a sample of 30 ice machines in Virginia, a study done. And these ice machines all had coliform bacteria in them, bacteria with fecal contamination. This had E. coli, Klebsiella, Staph, Candida, Serratia, just to name a few, all resistant to 11 antibiotics. 70% had bacteria in these ice machines. Almost half had coliform bacteria, which is basically feces. A student named Jasmine Roberts did ice samples from 5 different restaurants. Toilet water samples from the same restaurant as well. 70% of the time, ice was contaminated and dirtier, composed of E. coli compared to the toilet water. In Indianapolis, ice samples were taken from 25 different restaurants. 13 out of the 25 tested positive and had more coliform bacteria than the toilet water. That's over 50%. Next, I would like to talk about unethical worker behavior. In 2013, a video surfaced at Golden Corral. The place was storing raw meat and buffet items near restaurant dumpers where flies were all over the place. In Taco Bell at California, an employee was licking taco shells. At a Wendy's, an employee was drinking a Frosty straight from their mouth from the ice cream nozzle. In Ohio, at a Burger King, a worker was standing in 2 tubs of shredded lettuce. In Domino's at North Carolina, someone was passing gas on a salami slice, shoving cheese up their nose, and expelling mucus all over a sandwich. At a KFC in Tennessee, someone was licking a tray of mashed potatoes. At Burger King in Ohio, someone was celebrating their birthday and decided to bathe in the utility sink in the kitchen. At a McDonald's in South Carolina, someone spit in 2 iced tea orders. Indiana, Taco Bell, nachos on the floor, someone urinated on them. And I've also had personal experiences as well. At a cookout, I had an experience where someone spit in my water. So, this is not just research, but personal experience as well. In Philadelphia, at a Checkers, an employee's video surfaces where they are talking about acts of spitting in food, washing floor with buns, not wearing gloves, and all of this while smoking a cigarette. 1990, Jack in the Box, Arizona. Someone blew their nose into hamburgers of police officers. This employee later was only working there, I believe, about a week, and later went to prison as well. So this tells us, what image does this portray for fast food chains? Is there not enough concern for customers since they're employing such people? Are background checks not being performed because of cost, or are they just not being taken seriously enough? Is money being placed before the importance of our health? The judgment skills. Are the judgment skills of managerial level employees, what are they? It's worrisome. So what is our impression of these places? It's something to think about. Next, I would like to talk about the poisonous chemicals infused inside fast food. A new study found that fast food exposes users to higher level of hormone-disrupting chemicals called phthalates, mainly used in plastics. It has adverse effects such as on the reproductive system, behavioral effects such as lowering your IQ 6 to 7 points, affecting your academic potential. In kids, it affects hormones including testosterone and thyroid. Thyroid operates how fast your brain, heart, muscles, and liver work, and many other organs. Number of respiratory issues, including asthma in young children. When comparing users to versus non-users, 40% had higher level of phthalates in a group of 9,000 people. That's a lot. Not surprisingly, most fast food was cooked in the unhealthiest oil, corn oil. It has saturated fat. It causes heart disease. Why? Because it's cost effective for giant fast food chains. Oils have chemical as well. They have TBHQ, citric acid. All of this preserves freshness, and dimethyl polysiloxane, which reduces oil splatter. TBHQ is used in butane and lighters. It's a corrosion inhibitor in biodiesel and is the potential cause of stomach cancer. Used in items such as McDonald's apple walnut salad, Taco Bell beans, Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich, so many items. Dimethyl polysiloxane. It's a silicone-based used in plastics. It's seen in items such as silly putty and wet sand and can lead to brain damage, cancer, and autoimmune diseases. Dimethyl polysiloxane. It's silicone-based. So it's used in plastics, in items such as Wendy's French fries, their chicken nuggets, McDonald's French fries, and Filet-O-Fish sandwich, Taco Bell empanadas, the list goes on. Citric acid. It's known to cause muscle twitching, fast heart rate. Not really good if you are already getting heart disease from other sources. Bloody stool, and even convulsions or seizures. Caramel coloring. This is in things such as Taco Bell's meat filling, Wendy's sweet and sour sauce, and Chick-fil-A's ice cream. This causes thyroid, liver, and lung cancer, as well as leukemia. Artificial dyes. It's used in soap and nail polish. It's linked with cancer and hyperactivity. Used in items such as Burger King cinnamon rolls, Wendy's honey mustard, and the Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich. Sodium nitrate or nitrite, used in pesticides. It's a preservative used for flavoring in fast food, used with the meats particularly such as bacon, ham, and hot dogs. It causes what? Colorectal cancer. McDonald's Egg McMuffin, Wendy's Bacon Cheeseburger, Dunkin' Donut Bagels. It's everywhere. MSG, it's also used in fertilizer. It's disguised as a yeast ingredient, so anytime you see something with yeast, research it and make sure that that yeast ingredient does not have MSG in it. Why? It can cause nausea and chest pain. Who knows what the chest pain is what's really happening when you're experiencing chest pain. It's in things such as Chick-fil-A, chicken sandwich, KFC chicken strips, so many items. L-cysteine, used in pharmaceuticals, cigarettes, and hair perming solutions. It's an acid made up of duck feathers and human hair. It's in things such as McDonald's apple pie, KFC's chicken pot pie. I don't know the sound of that, but it doesn't sound too good. UK has actually banned these items as compared to the US fast food industry. Sand, which is silicon dioxide, used in ceramics and glass. It's an anti-caking agent used with chili and processed beef, in items such as Wendy's chili, Taco Bell chili and black beans, KFC chicken strips. I mean, why do we have items that are in ceramic and glass in our food? I mean, we're a human body, and that's just detrimental. You can only expect. Wood pulp, used for paper products. McDonald's barbecue snack wrap. Oreo McFlurry. Taco Bell nacho chips. Wendy's Frosty Asiago ranch chicken. KFC popcorn chicken. Wood pulp being used in paper products in our food. Just doesn't make sense. Mechanically separated meat, MSM, which is pink slime. It's purity meat, bones, and edible tissue. It's treated with antibiotics, which come from ammonia. What is ammonia? It's used in your glass cleaner. right at your home. And it's used at places such as Taco Bell, Wendy's, and McDonald's. Propylene glycol, used in lubrication, antifreeze, and deodorant sticks. Places such as Subway in their breakfast sandwiches incorporated. Azodicarbonamide, coming from your rubber yoga mats, used in places such as Subway. So there's rubber in your Subway sandwiches. PHIP, grilled chicken in fast food. It forms when heated at a certain temperature, and associated with breast, prostate, and colon cancer. PAPs, chemicals that line fast food packaging to keep it grease and waterproof. That chemical slowly leaches inside your food, inside of the package. Over 90% of Americans are contaminated with that in their blood. Teflon, it breaks down as a PFOA chemical inside your body once consumed and is very toxic even at low levels. And this will eventually cause cancer or liver disease, or both. A couple more chemicals that I found specifically with Taco Bell when doing my research. One of them is maltodextrin. It is genetically modified corn. It can raise your blood glucose and insulin. Soy lecithin. It's an extract called hexane, which is a byproduct of gasoline. It's a hazardous air pollutant, which is in our food. Sodium phosphate causes heart disease, bone loss, and rapid progression of kidney disease. Acrylamide. It's banned in California. Why? Because it's known to cause cancer and reproductive system issues. Sodium aluminum phosphate. McDonald's Chicken McNuggets. Causes what? Alzheimer's disease. The list goes on. What's the takeaway? Conclusion. Review. What I want you to take away from this is, so based off of our exploration, we explored unsanitary working conditions, unethical practices of workers, and the countless chemical additives. Looking at all of this information, we need to realize that it's not good for the body, and it's also affecting your external environment. We need to have positive influence and make better decisions of consuming fast food. Flavorful dishes are not worth putting our body in jeopardy. Remember, eat healthy, live healthy. Thank you very much. My name is Akash Shah.